you've heard some of the stories between her and Richard Pryor, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
No, it's crazy, Lonzo, because I go back and watch some of those old 70s and 80s shows, and the first thing I noticed is how beautiful the women are, even just natural beauty. Now you see all these women with all this crazy shit going on, and they fake this and pumped up that. I watched the 1970s Good Time episode the other day. Everybody was fucking beautiful in it.
Yes, dude, and it wasn't no fake shit, man. That was the requirement of that era. You had to be naturally beautiful. Whatever you had, you may put a little makeup on, but you didn't have to go buy nobody else's hair to make you look beautiful. You need nobody else's nails. You might have some Lee press ons, but not these bras looking like upside down golf clubs with these BBLs. You got all this ass and no leg. God damn, bitch, that shit don't match. That shit don't match. You ain't never heard a brother say, you know what, she would be fine if she had a BBL. Think about this, man. Since you opened this can of worms, we look at certain things, but I ain't never requested a woman, baby, you'd be fine if you had a weave. You'd be fine if you had 6-inch nails. You'd be fine if you wouldn't got you a BBL. No. That ain't never been a request. You'd be fine if you had some paintbrush eyelashes. Now, most of the stuff the women, and think about this for a minute. I listen to a lot of these baller pranks or these, let's call them gold digger pranks. Most of the time, and even if you listen to the women on Instagram and Facebook, depending on what channel you listen to, what they want you to do, they can't afford for themselves. That's the problem. You didn't put yourself in such a high maintenance, you can't afford your own goddamn maintenance. Your hair is $300 every 2 weeks. Are you out your mind? Your nails are $75 to $100 every 2 weeks. All right, they ain't fed you nothing yet, and you holler about you can't go to El Pollo Loco or something else for lunch. Nah, you can't afford you yourself. You can't afford you. That's your problem. Now tell me from my brother, huh?
100% facts, man.
And that is why. So you want a Birkin bag, you want red bottom shoes, you want fake eyelashes. Fake eyelashes like $150, $200. Hair, fake hair, fake nails, and you want to go to eat someplace. Baby, you can't afford yourself. You can't afford to date yourself. You know what date stand for, right?
I go for it. Hit me with it. I used to know.
Date stand for dick at the end.
Damn, I never heard that. Hey, take note, women. No offense. Take note.
I heard that brother said the other day. I had to say, I got to remember that. Dick at the end. Why do men think they're supposed to have sex at the end of a date? Date stands for dick at the end.
That can also go the other way, where you end up going home and playing with your. Never mind. Let's keep it pushing, man. Hey, something I wanted to talk with you about, Lonzo. Have you been keeping up? We talked about J. Cole a couple times versus Kendrick. Have you heard Kendrick's new response record today, Euphoria? It has the internet on fire, dude.
No, I have not. Not yet.
Oh,
yeah. Nope.
Okay. When you get a chance, listen to it. Now, if you're not in the know and you don't know a lot of the details, you won't get a lot of the stuff that Kendrick is saying. You'll understand them as bars and as dope lyrics, but he says a lot of stuff that if you're not in the know, you won't get it. But I definitely would encourage everybody out there to check that out. And I kind of want to talk about this a little bit. It's put a little jolt in hip hop. It gave me I love the battle aspect of hip hop, especially when it's 2 or 3 good people. Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick Lamar. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about battles and things like that for a bit. Did World Class Wreckin Cru ever have any beefs or battles or anything like that with anybody? I highly doubt it. It doesn't sound like you would, but was there any other crews?
Not at all.
Okay.
I ain't never had a battle or beef with no. Oh, well, we had competition. Us and LA Dream Team, us and Egyptian Lover. That was our competition. Mm-hmm. We wasn't battling the beefing. I mean, who had the most people, who had the longest run. That was our battles and beefs. I was not trying to out rhyme nobody. Never have.
tell us
But you know what?
about your. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. No, tell us about the quotes, and when it depends on how you read it in history, the quote beef, and I put that in quotes respectfully, that your crew had with Uncle Jam's army. I know there was there was a lot of competition, but there was also a lot of backstory behind that, right?
Yeah, it was just like Jesus and the devil. We was all one. We was all one big happy family for a long time. And then when I got to Eve, even though I offered him a partnership, he turned me down. And then once I turned him, he turned me down. That he wanted to be a partner after I got it going. I turned him down. I don't need you now. And that was sparked our beef. You know, I'm gonna be the biggest promoter in the world. Okay, fine. I'm gonna be the longest running club owner. And so when you shut people down who are you have to understand who my competition was. Anybody know this brother? He was a megalomaniac. He was a control freak, and if he couldn't get his way, he would just throw a tantrum. Okay, until he couldn't get his way, he would say and do things to piss you off or try to get back at you any way he possibly could. But I was ready for him, and that's what I was. He was a worthy opponent as I was to him. And that's and now here's the crazy part. It was only between me and him because our crew was kind of long, except for Yella. Yella didn't like nobody. Yella was all Wreckin Cru all the time. He didn't give a damn. Okay, but for the most part, I wasn't mad at nobody. I being his crew. Half my walking team is from Uncle Jam's army right now. Me and the crew never had a problem. I would see the fellas, hey man, how y'all doing? So David, Dr. Funkenstein credits me with putting him up on turntables. I see his people more than I see mine.
This is a good question Art Chavez has, because this was a groundbreaking song. Speaking of beats, Lonzo, were there any songs like No Vaseline back in the day from any artist before Ice Cube? I can't think of one that got that like deep and crazy. We had like LL Cool J versus Cool Mo. They were stepping on candles and stuff, but I don't think we had anything that got that deep, right? Up until that point.
They wasn't. They still was beeping shit back then. They wasn't really going for the juggler. They was just trying to outword each other. They wasn't trying to humiliate. Humiliation had not become a part of hip hop yet. Okay, it was just I'm gonna outword you. I'm gonna verbally just use my grammar and my wordsmith skills to outperform you. Annihilate you verbally. I wasn't trying to humiliate you and make you contemplate suicide.